I'm going to talk about the Sumer Empire's technology. This is the Sumer Empire. It between two rivers, so it has enough water to develop the agriculture. At the time, Sumerian high level of science and technology with the development of science and technology and production technology. The national productive have greatly increased. However, the population is growing and the resources are scarce. The most important Sumerian invention was the well. The earliest example of the well dates back to 3500 BCE Sumerian pottery makers. First used wells as spheres for shaping plant into pots. Petrol's wells fell side up on the axle. The Sumerian discovered that the wells was fixed on its edge could be rolled forward. They used the discovery to create wells cart for farmers and a carriage for the army. They built the wells by clipping pieces of wood together. Arches add strength and beauty to Sumerian buildings. They become a common feature for temple and upper-class home. Some historians say that the arches is the Sumerian greatest invention.
The arch, greatly used by ancient China in ancient Rome constructions because the arch can greatly strengthen the construction strength in Chinese bridge to Roman Colosseum. Experiencing the magnetism of the wild and rain and water ravage still survive today. At the same time, the Sumerians built a large number of irrigation projects in the Euphrates basin, not only irrigating the land but also preventing flooding. Huge irrigation networks have increased the productivity of the land, freeing millions of people from the field to work in industrial trade or culture, and they have created brilliant ancient civilizations.
Sumerian also built a wall to protect the city. The wall is made by stone and wood. It can fight against the enemy and protect the people.
So, the new kingdom of Babylon established by the calendars is a summative. They came to Mesopotamia in 1000 BC in the early Southern settlement. The Assyrian Empire and ruled the kingdom of Babylon in southern Mesopotamia. They have repeatedly rebelled against the Assyrian rule. In 626 BC, the Assyrian leaders of armies stationed in Babylon. He went to Babylon, has launched the uprising against the Assyrian rule, establishment of the new kingdom of Babylon and the Aryan Plateau Media, also known as the Medes. Against the Assyrian, the new kingdom of Babylon. The Assyrian Empire divided into western half of the country, the new kingdom of Babylon, 626 to 538 BC, also called the Calendar's Kingdom. The second half of 6th century BC, the region of Nebuchadnezzar was reached the peak was strong. The city was used to be one of the strongest cities in the world and has been named the center of the Asia. King Nebuchadnezzar II launched many wars, expansion. The country was established by slavery. At the same time, the constructions of a large number of sinks to prevent flood, huge irrigation network to improve the productivity, make millions of people away from the field, engage in industry, trade, or cultural work. They create splendid Asian civilizations in Mesopotamia. But the calendars destroy forests a lot. So, at last, a lot of the physical environment has been destroyed by the calendars. City constructions has shown the very purposeless face. Here is enjoy this new Babylon north of City Wheel Gate, gorgeous glass white decoration known as the Iron Gate. The remains of the city, ancient city in southern of the red capital of Bagan Dozens. The entire length is about 30.2 kilometers. Every 44 meters there's a tower, a total of more than 300 towers around the city. The total of the thickness of 7.8 meters. The thickness is about 3.3 meters. The city wall and separated by a wide meat of soil around. This is to prevent enemies' attack. The invention can be flooded outside around a piece of land, so that the enemy cannot be close to the wall. While the northern entrance gate is actually a tower bomber's door, with the arcade contour between the Babylon convergence. It's more magnificent. There are two walls up to 12 meters on both sides of a prominent tower. So, this piece of painting, pottery productions is found in New Babylon Empire. It is only 28.5 cm high. Interesting is the painting, the cut body paint to exaggerate the wild goats. The line pattern which becomes the two half-round horn, while the sheep or just arc shape, the line append gods. Travis' band decoration on the edge of the cup is running dog scratched. Out of the bodies, the sun is compactly put into close the horizontal line. In the cup of a circle of vertical line patterns is more interesting. A careful look at the original is a neck put high. Slender images of birds looks like geometric shapes, patterns, and actually is to change the shape of the animal pattern. This pattern can also be the standard statues for New Babylon Empire. The use of color has been very mature. It's said that the gardens of the three-dimensional garden patterns is the garden of the four-center pattern, built by acid and bricks. The pattern is about 25 meters high poles and irrigation systems. The slave constantly promote the connection of the gear handle. Planting a variety of flowers and trees in garden, it looked at garden hanging in the air, which is named after the sky garden. Even though the rise of the Persia, but the slave owners in Babylon are still busy with struggling for power, pleasure. They think their walls are so tall and strong, who is inaccessible. They never saw that the enemy will use through the walls of the Erebus River cannot. One night, a young prince of Babylon is being held at the Hermes bunker. He held a party. Xerxes, king of Persia, ordered the Erebus River in the construction of a dam. The river dam on the side of it. His army put dry water from the other side of the bed, secretly entered the city without engagement. The occupation of Babylon. It is said that there are some Babylon businessmen to do the Persian in town. This happened in 538 BC. So, this is the New Babylon Empire. I hope you like it. Thank you.